Just north of San Antone, things are booming as folks lay new bricks on old Texas foundations. We're gonna visit a bakery so sweet it should be illegal. We'll spend some time drifting down the old Guadalupe River and sip on some new and old Texas whiskey. There'll be a PBJ burger along the way, seriously, as Team Daytripper attempts to challenge the locals to 9-pin bowling. Things will get a little batty, but let's take this bull by the horns. Bulverde! 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 It's for the calendar.
All right, that's good.
This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info.
About 30 miles north of downtown San Antonio lies the burg of Bulverde, which has its own, albeit much smaller, downtown. Welcome to downtown Bulverde, which truthfully just barely exists right here at the corner of Bulverde Lane and Bulverde Road. As if that's not confusing. But this area was named after a guy named Luciano Bulverde, who was one of the only folks who lived out here. And truthfully, up until recent decades, most of this was just uninhabited country. But San Antonio's moving in, and oh, they're moving in fast. Technically, the town has a population of less than 7,000 Texans, but it's got over 2 million neighbors living down the street. It's sort of in the city. However, when you see it from ground level, it still feels like a small country town. You know, the kind with a little mom and pop bakery on the corner? However, step inside the Hatch Cafe and Bakery, and you'll realize this ain't your typical mom and pop shop. The Hatch turns out a mix of classic French pastries mixed with Mexican and Texan flair. And trust me when I tell you, you won't find a better cup of coffee in town or a better breakfast/dessert of champions than the strawberry shortcake croissant. Dessert first.
Always.
This is my kind of place.
In this place.
That way you make sure that you got room for dessert.
You might need the fork. And
Nah, we're going in like this. Oh, that's so good. I could almost smell the butter in that thing before it made it to my mouth.
It is a real butter croissant.
Oh my gosh. This is owner Catalina Ortiz, who grew up in Monterrey, Mexico, running around her parents' French bakery. So did you grow up baking?
I was not the baker, but we were the helpers. I mean, I'm not a professional baker, I'm a baker.
Not a professional baker?
No, but you know, I mean, I have 2 professional baker sisters in Mexico, but I was an artist.
Oh, that's...
At my beginning, I used to paint.
This is art?
Yes,
this
it is.
Absolutely
I think
art.
food has to do with art, too.
Edible art is the best kind. And while baking wasn't her profession, it became her destiny. You opened this place how long ago?
8 years ago.
8 years. How's it been going?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a dream. It's a blessing.
And now she's blessing Bulverde with not just pastries, but some of the best homemade breads and sandwiches your good money can buy. Well, some of your sandwiches are creative.
Yeah,
I mean, that's your artist
so.
brain sort of saying, I got a cafe, but I'm also an artist.
I guess also my foodie. My
Okay,
foodie
yeah.
mouth, my foodie brain.
Okay, Catalina, I want to see you do your thing in the kitchen.
Okay, let's go do the ham and brie for you.
Ham and brie?
Ham and brie.
But I got to take this with me. No croissant left behind. We've hit the sweet spot. Now time to hit the savory. What is it? Looks like a ciabatta roll?
It's more like a buttermilk bread, like a roll. We have ham, we have brie cheese, we have a jalapeno jelly. Now, if you want to taste this is a jalapeno pesto. That's good.
I love pesto enough, and you just took it to the next level.
It's between Mexico and Texas and a little bit of French brie, no?
This is fusion.
It's fusion.
Fusion
it's
cooking.
Sandwich fusion, yes. The pesto.
Okay.
We'll do the apples. This is gonna give it a fresh, crispy taste.
Yeah.
This is one of my best sellers. Okay, now,
wait.
tomato basil.
Ooh!
Great.
We're eating good. Here we go. Everything in here is so gooey and creamy. The bread is soft, and so it's just like this delicious grilled cheese, buttery magic. And then you get to these like crisp apple punches right in there, these bites of sweet crispness. This is up there easily. Mount Rushmore of sandwiches I've ever had. You got a little bit of France, mixed with a little bit of Mexico, mixed with a little bit of Texas. I mean, that's 3 of our 6 flags right there, all in one cafe.
So you thought you had dessert? How about this?
This is awesome. French toast? I do love that woman. I don't know what we're doing the rest of the day, but we gotta consider it canceled because I'm gonna need a nap. Part of me wishes we had started here because I'm not gonna have room for this. Okay, so if you just saw the name of this town written, how would you pronounce it?
Bulverde.
You would have gotten it right?
Well,
Most people don't. Most people say like Bulverde or Bulvedre.
I'm thinking from more of a Spanish point of view. It has verde.
Bulverde.
See, I'd like to
I
say
went the
verde.
French route, and I was Bulverde.
I think the town should really make it clear they should just paint a bunch of green bulls and put them everywhere.
Ooh.
That's a Bulverde.
Keep your eye out for the legendary Green Bull of Bulverde. Much like the Chupacabra, he's an elusive fella. After that breakfast, I think some exercise is in order. Now, one of the things that makes this area so special is the Guadalupe River. And on its 400-mile journey to the Gulf of Mexico, it passes right between Bulverde and Spring Branch, Texas. And on its banks, you'll find one of the prettiest parks in Texas, Guadalupe River State Park. This is Park Superintendent Brandon Lopez Baca. The best state parks are on rivers, am I right?
I think so. Water's definitely a precious resource, and it's right.
In the summer months, absolutely.
Just remember, it's not a lazy river. Some folks every now and again think that they can go around in a circle on the Guadalupe River. No, you got to hike back up.
I've got a friend who might have made that mistake before. And for those of y'all that prefer dry ground, well, don't overlook this place.
Guadalupe River State Park altogether is about 2,000 acres. It's just beautiful hiking and biking trails, just some beautiful backcountry hiking in the hill country.
Well, I brought my suit, and I'm opting for the wet side of things. I also called Guadalupe Canoe Livery to set us up a little paddle starting just outside the park. This is Chris Russo.
So, what stretch are we doing today?
You're doing Nichols Landing to 281 Bridge. It's a 4-mile trip, approximately 2 hours. You'll be at the bridge.
Oh, that's like perfect day tripping. What do you think it is about the Guadalupe that makes it so special?
It's pristine nature, lots of wildlife. There's a big, nice spring-fed creek waterfall, a beautiful hollow with fern.
That's right up our alley. So let the adventure begin. There's just something about being on a river underneath these big cypress trees. This is a feeling you can't get on a highway. And I don't care how far you travel, if you're on a road, you can't get this right here.
Rivers have their own pace. You can work against it or slow down and let it carry you along. And I think we'd all do better in life if we took the chance to match nature's pace rather than always feeling like we're paddling upstream.
All right, team, but one thing you have to keep your ear open for, rapids. Oh, rapids ahead. Rapids ahead!
Not exactly class 5, but still treacherous.
Oh, no! Oh, no! This is real bad. You ran that backwards. All right, check this out. This is Spring Branch. It's a creek and tributary to the Guadalupe River. Chris said about 5 minutes up, this creek is a waterfall. And some may say, don't go chasing waterfalls, but that's terrible advice when day tripping.
And after our long, arduous journey, here it is.
It's a waterfall. Water is falling. I'm going in because anytime you have a chance to swim in a Texas waterfall, you absolutely should.
It's pretty fresh. This is awesome. You keep hiking up into the creek, you find more little pools and waterfalls. It's like a little Jurassic Park oasis here. And that, my amigos, calls for a full crew swim. The perfect way to kill some time in the hill country.
We now interrupt this programming to remind you to like and subscribe. Now back to the road.
Going down a river, I think, is probably one of the best ways to see Texas.
Nature's highway.
Yeah.
It's a slower pace. There's way less traffic jams.
You just go with the flow. Just like the river, you go with the flow.
Day tripping is a bit like that too. You sit back and see where the current takes you. And right now, we're about to get swept up in the currents of Rebecca Creek. Founded in 2009, Rebecca Creek Distillery was an early entrant into the craft whiskey movement that's taken Texas by storm. And from this distillery on Bulverde Road, they produce their signature bourbons, whiskeys, and vodkas, and love rolling out a bit of Texas hospitality for all of us. This is one of the original co-founders, Steve Ryan.
Got a little something for you here. It's our smoked old fashioned with coconut pecan whiskey, Texas Ranger.
Kidding me? No. Now that's a look right there.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Whew. That's good.
Oh, that's really good.
That's really good.
What made you crazy enough to open a whiskey distillery in Texas?
Well, there's a group of guys I went to A&M with, and we were approached by Steve.
All right, Aggies, so crazy
Aggies,
from the beginning.
As Aggies did, we talked about it over a campfire and said, well, you know what? We drink a lot. We might as well be drinking our own stuff. So that was kind of his first time being in business with your friends. I realize they're pretty much idiots now, but they say the same thing about me.
Yeah,
but,
for sure. And while Rebecca Creek does distill their own traditional bourbon whiskey, well, they've never been scared to experiment and break the rules, so to speak. Sourcing barrels from other distilleries, infusing flavors, and ultimately forging their own path.
You know, innovations, I think, are our key to doing, the higher marks. And just like, who would have thought that taking a whiskey and infusing coconut pecan is our #1 selling product here at the distillery.
And as for the future of Texas whiskey, Steve's got thoughts.
We're climbing that mountain every day, though, and we're getting more accolades and more awards, and Texas is a country of its own. We're producing better products and do more innovations. We'll be at the top of the food chain.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
With live music, food trucks, and random bingo parties, we could hang here a very long time. But I want to see where the real work happens. This is Team VP, Andy Escalona.
So Chet, this is our production facility over here.
We
do our distilling over here. We do all of our bottling over here. We do our labeling over here.
You even got whiskey aging over here. It's the barrel barn. So what's the oldest stuff you got in here?
About 8 years old.
Pushing a whiskey in a barrel to 8-9 years in Texas, that's like 20 years in Kentucky.
They always talk about the angel share and the evaporation. Well, Texas has some very thirsty angels over here. So this is our still house. This is Daniel. He's our head distiller.
There you go.
Thank you.
What are we making today? Daniel?
We're making some vodka, man.
Okay. That's what's in here? Smells like vodka.
178 proof.
178?
Yeah, go ahead and try it.
That's dangerous. That does not burn like 178
It's
proof.
good, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So how many times does it go through this process?
Well, each one of those little windows you see there is like another times distilled. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times distilled. We also frost filter our vodka. So we'll bring it down to below freezing and shoot it through a number of filter presses, and that puts a finishing touch on our product.
What's your favorite thing to distill on this? Vodka or the whiskey?
I mean, whiskey, of course, right? Yeah. I got some whiskey that's been aging over there for 8 years. You want to go try it?
I'd love to.
Yes. All right, let's do it. All right, Chet, well, these are some of the first barrels that I distilled here at Rebecca Creek. We're about to harvest them soon, so this will be their final resting place.
Okay.
That is, besides the final resting place, these samples are about to find in my belly.
All right, man. Color's beautiful. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's good.
Delicious.
It's good. Aged wood. You're getting some leather, caramel, and rye.
Yeah.
Where would you be happening to sell those bottles? Because I'm going to need to come back and find one.
Yeah.
Every tour at Rebecca Creek finishes up in one place, the tasting room.
I'm going to pass some of these along for
for the crew over there.
We can help you out.
Let's just say that if you leave thirsty or uneducated on Texas whiskey, that's on you. While Texas whiskey may still be in its adolescence, our next stop is well into its old age. Going back into the Middle Ages of history, 9-pin bowling. And here at Spring Branch Bowling Club, they take it very seriously.
9-pin bowling is a little different to the rest of the world. I know that's like what y'all do here in Spring Branch, because you can't go to Dallas and 9-pin bowl.
No.
Can't go to Houston. Can't go to Brownsville.
It's mainly like in Canoe, Guadalupe, and Bexar. It's 9-pin bowling.
This is Annette Cass. Her husband's family donated this land to build these lanes. Because in these parts, it's not just about the sport, it's about the community.
They started bowling here July of '69 was their first league, and they had 16 teams at that time.
I see y'all even have y'all's own little Hall of Fame up here.
Yes, we do.
That's your husband? Yeah.
Yes, that's my husband.
How long does it take for newcomers to understand how this works?
It doesn't take long. I mean,
we're a little slow sometimes.
Yes, 9 pins. One less than traditional 10-pin bowling, but that's not the only difference about the rules. To give us the rundown, maybe Linda Furnish can help.
So you start out with all the pins up, and the first bowler, if they get them all down, then they get a 9 ring.
Is that a strike? We call that a strike?
A strike,
okay.
Yes. If you get them all down and leave that red one up, you get 12 points.
Oh, all right.
So you don't get a full rack until they all are down. You do this for 6 frames.
Okay, this is fun.
You want to play?
Absolutely.
You're going to need a team.
Well, I know just where to find one. I'm recruiting new team members immediately. Apply online. One of the best parts of this, they don't make machines for 9-pin, so it's old school scorekeeping and even older pin setting. The competition seems pretty stiff today, led by local Andy Cruz.
Come here often?
Yeah, I was asking where you ladies are from.
Yeah. Okay, that's how it's gonna be. All joking aside, any tips?
Well, keep the ball out of the gutter.
All right, sounds easy enough.
The most unique thing is that any pins I leave standing, well, the guy or girl behind me on my team has to knock them down before we get a fresh set. So this truly is a team sport.
There it is. There it is. Oh, boys! Just hit the blind.
Get 2, Lance, get 2.
Don't do it again, or else you're gonna... Look, well, Andy, what? Look, is that 24 to 24 after the first one?
We'll call it beginner's luck.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Now we got to swap sides.
Oh, like tennis.
We get the good lane.
Oh, we'll see about that. Well.
And another free lesson.
You could cut the tension with a knife.
There it is. Let's go. If we as a team can clean up everything but the red, that's 12.
Everyone is watching.
How do you like them apples?
Good game, Chet. You still lost by 50.
What? Yeah, I expected that. I actually expected much worse.
The joy of victory is quickly swallowed by the agony of defeat. Now, I'm not abandoning my team or this day trip, especially when there's still daylight to be had. Our dinner spot definitely knows how to bring the party. The District on 46. It's a collection of shops, food trucks, and outdoor relaxation. The main anchor restaurant certainly knows how to bring the fun and the buns. Here are Brent and Denise Schumann, the visionaries of this entire area.
Okay, what is this?
That is the onion ring tower.
It's like a Christmas tree.
We take great pride in our onion rings. Presentation's pretty good, but.
Well, like the tempura batter on it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. So like, whose brainchild was this?
It's really both of ours.
Yeah.
Part of this structure was there, part of the restaurant structure was there, part of the bathrooms. It kind of looked like a campground.
And so we saw it and looked at it and thought, man, we could do something with this. I don't
This
know
could
what
be
it
a
is yet.
dog park, burger, coffee bar,
No, it
retail
was way
center.
completely different.
So I understand Fun Buns started out here as a food truck. Is that
We
right?
actually came up with the name Fun Buns.
Fun Buns. Get your buns over here.
And I said, okay, here you go, ladies. You know, y'all use your creative minds and just do something fun with it. And they killed it.
And that's when they called in their chief food visionary and chef, John La Ensalada, to give their buns a lift.
So what did you think when they called you to run a restaurant called Fun Buns?
I was excited. It was something that, very unique name and just the opportunity of something I've been working for my whole life, of just creating things and mixing it up, and now I get to put it all in one place.
Yeah, were you always a burger connoisseur?
Yes.
Okay,
But just everywhere we go, I'd get a burger, my wife would get mad at me. So, even the nice places.
John's quest to have the funnest buns in Texas has led to creations like this one, topped with a grilled pineapple and roasted red peppers. The Cowboy has bacon and habanero jam, and that's not to mention the cheesesteaks or the milkshakes. But then there's the true especial de la casa.
So the big hitter is the famous PBJ bun. It's a raspberry chipotle jelly with a crazy infusion peanut butter that I've come up with over the years. With the cheddar, the cherry wood smoked bacon, and our sourdough bread, it just works.
That doesn't freak people out? I mean, that's...
Oh, it does. I tell them, I go, give it a couple bites, give it an honest try. They don't like it, I'll make them something different.
Got it.
I have not had one come back yet.
I have no choice but to try it myself.
Ooh. How do you like my buns, Daniel?
No comment.
Ooh. This is going to be an experience. Hold on to your buns. That's amazing. I'm not lying. That's incredible. First thing, your mouth goes, oh, you're eating a cheeseburger. And then about halfway through it, it goes, no, you're not. You're eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich. This is the most fun my buns have had in a long time, folks.
All right, team, one last stop, and we've timed this one out perfectly with the sunset as we trip to see the largest concentration of mammals anywhere on Earth, just 15 minutes down the road at Bracken Cave. This is Preserve Director Fran Hutchins.
So this is the largest colony of bats in the world. We have around 20 million Mexican free-tail bats.
That's insane. Put that in perspective for me. Like
Mexico City or Hong Kong have more than 20 million people living in the city. But this is inside 5 acres, just the footprint of the cave.
My goodness. And there's people in San Antonio who don't even know this is here.
We have people that live 10 miles from here that don't even know we have 20 million bats in their backyard. They need to get out a little bit more. But
Yeah, true. When's the show start, roughly?
So tonight we're going to see the show around 7:40.
Okay.
So we have the vortex of bats. We call it a bat-nado. Comes out every night.
So here they come.
Yep, there's our bat-nado.
Folks travel from all over the world to see this happen every summer night. And it's right here in our backyard. 20 million winged friends heading off to eat over 140 tons of bugs every night that would otherwise be left to destroy our crops. But beyond being ridiculously useful, this is one of the coolest things I've ever witnessed.
Fly, my batties! Into the night, we feast!
Our day trip is over, but the bat trip is just beginning. They definitely won't eat as well as we did. Their hands are too small to grip a ball or a paddle, and I doubt they care about Texas whiskey. And yet we both share this amazing place called Texas. You know, I hope, in fact, I know they appreciate it as much as we do.
And it is finales just like this that keep me day tripping. So I will see all y'all out on the road. Bye con Dios, amigos. This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info.